Hello friends, let's see how to prepare public administration optional, a very popular optional in the UPSC scheme of things in the UPSC examination. Out of 15,000 candidates who have been appearing, roughly 7,500 candidates have public administration as their optional. So first of all, let's discuss what's the advantage of taking public administration optional for your other GS papers. GS papers are like dynamic these days. They are basically asking the administration aspect of the administrative aspect of governance and other things in every kind of paper, be it paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. Paper 4 is entirely like ethics paper is entirely based on your preparation of public administration optional for those guys who are opting for public administration. Ethics की report है second AR से की, quite a lot of overlapping is there. Apart from the general there's definitional based questions that they are asking, case studies, even like when you prepare for public administration, you develop a good grasp as to what is being targeted in a case study that is asked in the ethics paper. So this is the detailed strategy that I have prepared books wise. Chapter wise strategy I will come later on another video, through another video. This thing is public administration. We were discussing paper 2, GS polity paper 2. If you take public administration as your optional, so that gives you an advantage in attempting your GS. You would definitely be writing better answers than people who do not opt for public administration as an optional. So exceptions are there. I'm not saying only the people with public administration optional will perform well. Paper 3, economy, science and tech, this paper, at least the economy section is as far as this economy section of paper 3 matters, this public administration optional will help you in that too. PPP model and other things, you will gain a good grasp of concepts mentioned therein. So any optional, any dynamic optional is well suited for scoring well in other GS papers, but public administration gives you an extra advantage. This is my personal opinion. Books, as far as books are concerned, I have started this thing. I would request you to start with M. Lakshmikant, that is TMH public administration optional book is there. M. Lakshmikant public administration optional book I'm referring to. Take it as a base. What is the beauty of this book is everything is given in a summary kind of thing. So this book acts as a ready reckoner for you. The word base is mentioned in adjacent to this book name. Why this base I'm mentioning? Whatever theory is given in this book, you need to read that theory in detail from the rest of the 10 books, 11 books that are there in this list. So once you read anything from M. Lakshmikant, taking it as a base, you have to read it in a detailed manner from Sharma Sadhana or any other book, that is Fadia and Fadia, RB Arabium, Nicholas Henry, Stephen Robbins. First book contains anything and everything that is there in the public administration optional, though many questions are being asked of late from other books as well, from the topics which are not mentioned in M. Lakshmikant. Still, taking M. Lakshmikant as the base pays you off, because this is the only book that contains maximum number of details, maximum number of theories, maximum number of concepts related to public administration. If you read it in detailed manner on everything that is mentioned in M. Lakshmikant as a book, then your theoretical base will be very, very sound. Coming to this book, Sharma Sadhana, many chapters are mentioned in quite a detailed manner in this book, like personal administration chapter is there, and many other chapters are there. We would take the detailed chapter wise strategy later on. Besides, these are the books. Fadia and Fadia you can read in entirety if you like, if this language of Fadia and Fadia suits you, though it is written in a very plain simple language. So I would suggest, if you can go for paper 1 Fadia and Fadia, don't go by the thickness of the book. The thickness of the books just helps you to read it in a plain simple language. It does not mean that you have to mug up the book. Public administration is based on conceptual clarity, as insofar as paper of public administration is coming after 2012. 2012 paper was kind of paradigm shift in the public administration optional. So Fadia and these books, they help you gain conceptual clarity. Their thickness, their length, or their this thing, the font or etc., you need to take into consideration that this is mentioned for just your convenience. it need not be, you can tear your book off, you can tear it chapter wise, and feel don't feel the burden of this thing, the thickness, and you can feel relaxed ki okay ek hi chapter hai, one chapter is to be read in 1.5 hours, two chapter. And when you are studying this optional, go chapter wise, go topic wise, don't go book wise, don't follow the entire book in one sitting. Have your syllabus in front of you always, stick it in front of your table or anything. So keep looking at it, that this is the topic that you are going to read for today. Read 5 topics, 7 topics a day for public administration optional, for those guys who are going to appear in 2018. So RBM Aribam, coming to this 4th book, this book is actually written by a person who has already cleared this exam. So what he has done is he has interlinked his coaching institute's notes with the static topics mentioned in any of these books. That is RBS Aribam, the best book so far as it is written from a student's point of view. So it interlinks the current examples as well as places in various chapters. So Fadia and Fadia, the best thing is given in RB Aribam. Nicholas Henry, the best notes are given in RB Aribam, but you have to read for yourself the books, the chapters, the topics mentioned in these basic books, reference books as well. Nicholas Henry, 5th book, written by a foreign author, quite good book, public policy part as well as for budgeting part. You can go through whatever is mentioned in planning, programming, budgeting system and other things from this book. Prasad and Prasad, so far the most important book insofar as thinkers are concerned, the most important book. So why am I saying it is the most important book? Because all the thinkers, the theoretical base of public administration, the people who came out with concepts and theories related to public administration, all those thinkers are given in a detailed manner. Their work is discussed in a detailed manner in this book. Before appearing in public administration, with public administration as your optional in mains, you have to read this book 20 to 30 times or even more. Why am I saying is, the more strong your conceptual base is, the better it is, because the questions are not coming straightforward in a straightforward manner as to how, what, when, how, this thing. They might pick up any paragraph from this book related to any thinker's work and might put you in the put to you as a question in the examination hall. So this book is quite relevant, quite important. Coming to the 7th book, that is Stephen Robbins. Stephen Robbins is a good book for chapter 4 of your syllabus, that is the organizations. Organizations, motivational theory, leadership theories, Rensis Likert and other things, emotional intelligence. This all is given in in this book. Besides this helps you in your ethics paper as well, this book, insofar as organizational behavior is concerned, organizational theory is concerned, theories of motivation, theories of leadership, theories of organization, everything is mentioned in this book. So this is by far the book which needs to be read from cover to cover. Cover to cover means cover to cover. Yes, I am not fearful of mentioning cover to cover, and this book could be read in 2 days. If you sit with this book only, then you can read this book in 2 days apart from reading your daily newspaper. Now coming to administrative law by IP Messi. Administrative law, of late UPSC is asking tricky questions from this areas, considering the papers after 2012 or even 2012 paper. So you need to, if you have time, you are preparing for full 1 year, you can go through this book chapter wise on a piece by piece basis. Don't go directly sit with this book for 2, 3, 4 days. Read it slowly, because the font of this book is quite small, unlike Stephen Robbins, which is written in a quite normal font, sufficiently large. So this book is like quite theoretical. Administrative law, dicey and other things are given in quite a detailed manner, sufficient for the tricky papers of the present years. Administrative law is done, then public policy Sapru. This is again a wonderfully written book for public policy chapter, public policy, whatever the UPSC is asking is, much more is given in this book. So this book is quite sufficient. IGNOU notes, why have I mentioned IGNOU notes? You can a beginner who does not have any background in public administration, he would definitely face problems with administrative thinkers or phraseology. this IGNOU Notes is a best thing, but it is quite lengthy. As I said, the case with Fadia and Fadia is people feel it is quite thick book. So IGNOU Notes are more thicker than the Fadia and Fadia paper 1 book only. Fadia and Fadia comes in two sets, like paper 1 and paper 2. We are talking about paper 1 only. IGNOU Notes ka benefit is this ki they help you in taking grasp of the topic in a very lucid language. Prasad, and Prasad is written in very tricky manner, in a haphazard manner, not good for not relevant in a way, like not design. The layout of the book is not designed for the UPSC examination. It is just written from the theoretical perspective, from a degree student's point of view. So IGNOU Notes in that sense though are the degree notes only, but they are written in quite a lucid language. Details are given in a very organized way. So that is the beauty of IGNOU Notes. Even IGNOU Notes are written from the best content of all these books. So IGNOU Notes are not good for revision, but yes, for conceptual clarity, a thumbs up to this IGNOU Notes. Mohit Bhattacharya is mentioned in the last deliberately. You need to remember that Mohit Bhattacharya is by far the best book insofar as revision or the technicality of public administration is concerned. The best book insofar as you have gained the conceptual clarity from all these 1 to 10 books. Once you are conceptually clear and ready for mains, you can devise any question from any line given in the Mohit Bhattacharya. That is what the UPSC is doing. Any paragraph is picked up from Mohit Bhattacharya and it is put out to you as a question. So once you sit for your revision, and once you are hungry for solving questions or facing questions, then you can take up any paragraph, any line given in Mohit Bhattacharya. New Horizons of Public Administration is the name of complete name of this book. So you can Google it out. You can see on Amazon or any other web portal, like Flipkart is there, or any for that matter. So you can read this book at the last leg of your preparation. In the last leg of your preparation, you have to read this book. So these are the books, guys. I will soon come up with the detailed strategy regarding how to prepare for public administration optional. Having mentioned these books, I must say that these books are only for you to gain conceptual clarity. Once you have gained the conceptual clarity, you need to go through the daily newspaper and interlink this examples with the newspaper. Exam mein what the examiner is checking is your ability to gain the conceptual clarity. Like he is taking your conceptual clarity through the examples that you mention, the interlinking that you do with between the concepts given in the paper, in the books, and the examples that are coming in the newspaper. So if you mention the example just in brief, he would get an idea, the examiner would get an idea that yes, you have got the conceptual clarity. And considering the length of the questions, answers that they are asking from you, 200 words, 150 words, it is not possible for you to narrate the entire idea of what the examiner or what the administrative thinker or theory is saying. All you have to do is you have to corroborate your understanding with the current examples given in the newspapers. If you can do that wonderfully, then that will fetch you very good marks in public administration optional. If you like this video, do mention in the comments. If you want me to improve upon this video, if you want me to come up with the detailed strategy, do also let me know through the comments below the YouTube video. Thank you guys, hope you like this video.